what I still thought of as their brand new ballpark, even though it had been a few years now. Comerica Park, one of those new-style parks that opened up into the city, showing off all of the downtown buildings I had once known so well. 300 miles from where I was sitting, and what felt like 1,000 years ago.
"I hear Arizona's nice," Jackie said. "I hear it's real nice."
"They have rattlesnakes there," I said, not taking my eyes off the television. "And scorpions." Jackie scoffed at that, but I could tell the idea had gotten to him. There weren't any rattlesnakes or scorpions crawling around when he was growing up in Glasgow, and as for paradise, well, they might have a few eastern Massasauga rattlesnakes downstate, but you'll never find one in your bed up here.
"Summer's supposed to last more than a goddamned month," he said. "That's the part I just don't know if I can live with anymore."
I think we had double that this year. Besides, you love the winters up here. He just stood there looking at me, bar towel in hand, like he was ready to smack me with it. "It's cold as hell," I said. "It snows every day and it lasts forever. What's not to like?" He shook his head, looking tired, like winter had already begun. "Seriously," I said, "you love winter because you know this becomes the best place on earth. This bar, right over there by that fireplace."
"With your sorry backside parked in front of it every night, ordering me around. You're right, it doesn't get any better."
He looked over at the couple by the fireplace.
"How old do you think those two are anyway?"
Hell if I know. I turned to give them a quick once-over. 40 maybe?
40 years old, and they're sitting there looking at each other like they're on their honeymoon.
Well, second honeymoon, I said. That's what they told me. They wanted to go to the most out-of-the-way place they could find without having to fly.
"Which cabin do you have them in?"
"The last one, now that I finally have it finished. Meaning rebuilt and refurnished after somebody burned it down for me."
"End of the line,"
he said, nodding his approval.
Won't be a soul bothering them there."
"You're sounding almost romantic, Jackie. Did you hit your head today?"
"Smartass."
He turned away from me and started cleaning some glasses. This was the man who had survived the worst marriage in the history of mankind, to hear him tell it. Yet here he was, getting downright wistful at the sight of a man and a woman who were obviously married and didn't seem to hate each other. Then it occurred to me, this was a bar in a town that saw its fair share of hunters in the fall, snowmobilers in the winter, which means lots of men. Bird watching had become the big thing in the spring lately, meaning mostly women. Then families in the summertime. A mom and a dad, yes, but also a couple of kids along to complain about how their cell phones don't work up here. The one sight you don't see too often in Paradise, Michigan, is a moony-eyed couple, whether on their first honeymoon or their second. The man caught my eye and raised his glass to me. I raised my bottle of Molson in return. I'd been married myself once, a long time ago, to a woman I met when I went to college after baseball. A woman I didn't have much in common with, aside from the Mick in our last names. Jeannie McDonald, who became Jeannie McKnight, who went back to being Jeannie McDonald again, who may have then remarried and changed her name yet again. I'm ashamed to say I don't even know if she did, or if she still lives in Michigan. If we had had children together, the story would be different, I'm sure, or if I ever paid a cent of alimony. At least that way I would have had an address to send checks to. As it was, she just left, just walked away. I got the divorce papers in the mail, I signed them, I sent them back to her lawyer, and then we were done. I wonder if she feels guilty. Wherever she is now, whoever she's with, I wonder if she looks back at the way she bailed out on me a few weeks after I got shot and has any regrets. Hell, I wonder if I'd even hold it against her now. I think I knew, way back when, that we'd never last, shooting or no shooting. I think we both knew. I sat there at the bar, looking at my bottle as the Tigers played in silence above my head. There'd been a few women in that lost year after I left the force. Then I'd come up to Paradise, thinking I'd sell off my father's cabins, and had ended up staying here. Something about the place had spoken to me. Like, this is where you really belong, mister. In the